Hey all, got something new to share with you today. I'm just going to do a quick introduction of him in the box and then we'll bust it open and see how cool he is. It is the Masters of the Universe Masterverse new Eternia Mantenna, and he is just awesome looking. In all fairness, I did already cut the box open and cut all the little tie downs on the inside just because it's annoying. So he's just coming right out of the box for me, and we'll get rid of this. And I already popped open the top panel here and pulled out the accessory bag and opened that, so it's ready to go. Let me adjust this up a little bit. There we go. Things you should know. This guy is a cool insectoid character. He's got 4 legs, 2 arms. And the classic figure from the 80s had a little button or a trigger on the back that when you moved it, his eyes would just bug out. Things I noticed, one, he's got really nice toothy mouth. He's got clear plastic covers over his eyes that you can see from the side. It's kind of cool how transparent it is. And he also has this transparent shield on his chest, but so far as I can tell, there's nothing that it does. I mean, there's no buttons on his back to trigger an LED light or anything like that, which actually would have been kind of cool. Maybe it's some mod that can be done. And this is his gun. It kind of clips onto his arm like a cast, or like a crutch, and then he holds the handle, and I guess it has an eyeball at the end with an optic nerve wrapped around the barrel. I don't know, because I don't remember the original coming with any sort of accessory. But one of the things that come in the pouch inside that little opening that I showed you, it's these 2 stalks and another ball. I assume another ball is for the end here. Oops, sorry. Yeah, it just swaps in with the other one. So I'll just put this one back in and keep the other as a backup, because these stalks are the key here. And like I said, the old figure had a trigger on the back of the head that made the eyes bug out. This one's a little different. On here, you remove the faceplate and you get kind of a really creepy They Live vibe. I think maybe John Carpenter saw this figure when he was making his movie. And then this is the tough part. I tried this before and had difficulty. I had to use a knife, and I really don't want you to have to see the damage that I can do to this thing without it. They said online to use like a guitar pick or something like that, and I don't think a guitar pick's gonna be stiff enough, so we're just going to do this real quickly. You got to be careful though. You want to make sure you don't cut the rubber around here, really muck it up, because you can bend the rubber when you're pulling it out. Ideally, these get a little bit easier to remove as time goes on, but now it's just like really creepy. And then you stick the faceplate back on. Way creepy. Pop the stalks in there. And that's stalks, S-T-A-L-K-S, not S-T-O-C-K-S. And you pop, whoa, well, that was good. That was the spare, not the eyeball. That's good. Stick the eyeballs on there. And this is how you get the trigger, or the end result of the trigger. I'm just gonna pop them back on here. Wow, let's pop this up just a little bit more. He is so cool. Let's actually get a little light on him. So you can see him a bit better. Oh yeah, that works nice. I should have done that from the beginning. Sorry about that. But he's got all the great articulation you expect from Masterverse figures. Double jointed elbows. He's got everything on the shoulders and the upper bicep. The wrist turns and swivels in and out on this side and in and out on that side instead of up and down. And so it's the same. Take the hand off and you can take the wristband off. also notice that you can pop these off and actually take his chest plate off and see how ripped he is. Totally ripped Mantenna. But there is nothing on the back of there to suggest that there's any reason for having this orange plastic cover on his chest plate. That's just kind of weird. So I'm just going to put that back together. And then the legs. I mean, he's got 4 of them. You got the typical ankle articulation, single jointed knees. You got the barbell jointed hip up top. And you got the same for the back ones, it looks like. So you should be able to pop those legs off. Oh, and he's also got cut thighs. Take note, Hasbro. Cut thighs. Yeah. But just have all kinds of crazy positions with him. He's just a fun one to pose. I mean, some of it can be a little awkward sometimes when you're trying to get him into a pose that you really like, but he's just, I swear the designer of this figure must have been high when he came up with them, because this is just the wonkiest looking thing next to Modulok. And Modulok, I swear, is basically just him, but you can build him. He's like a Lego version of Eye of Mantenna. But this guy has always been kind of a favorite, and I mean, he's not buzz off to me, but he is really cool in his own right. So that's it. Just a quick review of a really cool new Eternia figure. Sorry, I'm gonna have a little bit of fun with him. Yeah, talk to you later. So what's your take on Mantenna? Is he cool? I mean, does he fit in with everything else that's going on in Eternia? I mean, he really is one of the craziest looking characters around, and it takes extreme love to really truly appreciate this guy, and I think I kind of had that for him. He's gonna be fun to play with. I enjoy the character. I think that this new Eternia edition is a really cool rendering of the character, of the classic look of the character, and the functionality of him without, you know, adding weird little buttons and triggers on the back of his head. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments, and if you have him or are planning to get him, you know, maybe share your own video review of him. I'd like to see what you have to, or hear what you have to say.